A very good evening to you all watching from Uganda and East Africa and from wherever you're watching from. Welcome to the UBC News Tonight with me, Wadulo Mark Arnold, this 12th day of August 2023. My name is Wadulo and Mugalu Muhammad is joining us on sign language. So without further ado, let's take a look at the headlines and then get straight into the bulletin. In our top stories tonight, Premier Nabanja mobilizes the public for Agricultural Expo 2023. Arrow Boys veterans, former cattle rustlers highly anticipate General MK visit. Youth advised to embrace green jobs during their International Day. And schools told to reduce on trips frequency due to straining parents' finances. A chilly evening here in Kampala Broadcast House, Nile Avenue. Thank you for joining us, and we now give you the news in detail. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has today bid farewell to the outgoing Royal Norwegian Ambassador, Her Excellency Elin Johansen. The brief event took place at State House in Entebbe, and the outgoing ambassador has concluded her 5-year tour of duty in Uganda. Details in this report.
So much, sir. Thank you.
Furthermore, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has met a delegates from Tanzania at State House in Entebbe. During the meeting, the President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and the visiting delegation discussed future cooperation in the areas of energy between Uganda and Tanzania. The energy engagement mainly centered around the power line from Mutukula to Mwanza, which they both expressed optimism that it will boost development for the two countries. President Museveni also okayed the proposal from the delegates to go ahead and develop the solar generation plant of 20 megawatts in Nwoya district near Oluyo substation in northern Uganda. There we shall no longer have issues of electricity in that area, he added. The delegates in attendance were Mr. Abdul Halim Hafida Amir, Mr. Abdallah Kamis Kaliki, Mr. Michael Songere Raphael Mjinja, and George Ncha. The meeting was also attended by the Minister of Energy and Mineral Development, Honorable Ruth Nankabira Sentamu. Leaders in the Central District of Kasanda have appealed to the government to extend land fund services to the district to address the increasing cases of land evictions. The leaders, who included members of parliament, LC5 chairman, district councillors, LC3 chairpersons and NRM leaders voiced their concerns while meeting the Prime Minister Robina Nabanja at Kasanda district headquarters. The Prime Minister was concluding her mobilization of leaders to embrace the government's plan of increasing production, productivity and profitability in the agricultural sector, being coordinated by the Prime Minister's delivery unit. Details in this report.
Prime Minister Robina Nabanja has met with the political leaders and technical officers from Mubende, Mityana, Chankwanzi, in Chiboga district. Her most recent meeting took place at Kasanda district headquarters, in which she facilitated the wealth creation campaigns.
Policy proposals are the following. 1. Production, multiplication, distribution and certification of seeds and stocking materials. Disease control, agricultural mechanization and irrigation, farmer education and mobilization, partnership with big landowners, and interventions in the fisheries subsector.
The Ministry of Agriculture, together with the line ministries and agencies, will be at the forefront of this agricultural development campaign. The campaign is scheduled to start next week in Mityana, Kasanda, Chiboga, Chankwanzi, and Mubende district.
N'obutategeera bukulu bwaki ekintu kikulu nnyo ky'ebyobula engandema Bank of Uganda, NARO, NAGRID, URA, URA, byonna NFA, ministries nga bwemuzimanya eya health ejja kubaawo, eya agriculture ejja kubaawo, nga bwemutumanyi tubeera gavumenti. All those relevant ministries in the year, including Minister of Lands.
Right Honourable Prime Minister manyi nti ku luno wazze ku nkola ya kulaba abalimi bwe bongerako n'okola value addition. Nina omulimi wange ate kwekanze nga wano yalabise alima emmwanyi yiika 5 nga tewali amukwatiddeko yeeyiza district ndowooza emuyambako ku irrigation katono. Nsaba bw'onoobozza okulambula madamu aladisa amutwala emirizi olabe kwagikyambadde.
Tusiimye nnyo ku puroguramu etandise ku luguudo lwaffe Nyanzi Kasanda okuya Kiboga. Naye kusaba ngera lwakikola eri nti bwe tubeera wano e Kasanda tulina Kasanda Kalamba kolasi omugate ku kolasi ate ne Kalamba Maddu. Then we tuba nti Kasanda kikandwa Madudu mubende kakubiro.
The agricultural campaign dubbed Agri Expo 2023 will include interaction with financial institutions and other service providers. This will also include health camps.
Naina cancer, nenga kati positive. Wali naina pressure, diabetes, katamani tuwani na kubi, atanga yo. So kwa watu unapenda wanaenda. Ukende Kasanda, netu wata, netu wali mwa tuba process ya mama. And so tukenda kwa kutaka outreach. Wachi sote msawa. Tukenda kwa health camp.
The theme of this agricultural campaign is agricultural mobilization, education, value addition, and monitoring campaign.
A memorial lecture of the former president of Uganda, General Idi Amin, is scheduled to take place on 1st of September this year with an aim of balancing the good and the bad of the late President Idi Amin. The Parliament Emeritus Obongi constituency Fungaru Kaps Hassan, who is organizing the committee, wants Amin's legacy correctly recorded on what he did and what he did not do.
A public lecture in honor of the former president of Uganda, General Idi Amin Dada, is being organized with an aim of correcting some of the facts about his legacy, works, and his contributions toward the development of Uganda.
The way President Idi Amin Dada is remembered based on the negative branding of his personality, life, and work while in office should be re-examined.
The chairperson organizing committee says there is need to correctly record what Amin Dada did and was not recorded, what he did not do but was recorded, and come up with a balanced position on how Amin should be remembered.
What he did and was correctly recorded in the history. B, what His Excellency Al-Hajj Field Marshal Idi Amin Dada did not do but was recorded in his history. There are also certain things which are recorded in his history that he did this. There are things which he did and they are not recorded in the history which you see commonly written. If you Google about Idi Amin Dada, if you go to libraries in the West, in America, in the literary world where people write things, you find some of the things which Idi Amin did, which the people of Uganda, the ordinary people of Uganda know him for, are not there in those books. So we want to get these things and they put them in the history.
The committee also wants the African Union, which Idi Amin once chaired as the Organization of African Unity, to document his legacy and contribution toward the liberation movement for the independence of African states.
Assisted countries, and a number of them got independent during the time of the work as a chairman of the OAU. The struggle in South Africa, he started he opened the training camps for the ANC here in Uganda, and people in countries like Namibia, those who are in Southern Africa, Idi Amin contributed in the liberation struggle of countries like Angola. The Portuguese controlled the colonized places. So we need to remember him for that, and those people remember him for the same also.
The Idi Amin Memorial Lecture will take place at Moon University on 1st of September and shall attract academia, religious heads, and graced by the Minister of ICT and National Guidance, Chris Baryomonse. Sada Mubale, UBC News, Kampala.
Preparations for the visit of the Senior Presidential Advisor on Special Operations, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba in Teso sub-region are only left with 1 day to wrap up the assignment. The 2 days tour for Muhoozi is being prepared by a team led by the State Minister for Sports, Peter Ogwang, and according to the tentative program, the Senior Presidential Advisor on Special Operations arrives in the sub-region on Monday, 14th August 2023.
General Muhoozi Kainerugaba will kick off his 2 days tour of Teso sub-region on Monday, 14th August 2023.
Okay, and I want to call upon all of you to join hands and we receive the visitor on Monday.
Going forward, this is the main ground, football ground for Teso sub-region. So we are glad that the ground has been now finally been leveled and people can enjoy their favorite sport, football. We have a series of activities earmarked for General's visit in Soroti and Teso sub-region. He will arrive on Monday at 10 a.m.
Prior to this visit, ground preparations are almost at 95% completion.
I want to confirm that General will be in Teso on 14th and 15th, and part of the preparation, it's here. We have a game here for the MK Tournament Finals Cup here in Teso. This tournament has been organized for all 198 sub-counties in the entire Teso. The competition started from the grassroots, from the sub-counties. Now, today, as I speak, we are having the semi-finals.
The State Minister for Sports, Peter Ogwang, has on Saturday, 12 August 2023, together with security operatives, inspected some of the grounds preparations.
So it has brought business, because what is happening now in the city, there are no rooms. People have booked. People have booked all hotels in Soroti City. So I want to thank the people, the investors, that some people might not be happy, but business is business.
So the people of Teso who are coming from the far districts, you don't have to get a lodge. We have organized a lodge here. You can show them their lodge. We have earmarked that lodge for them, so they will stay here. It will be a trans night. We shall be over here over the night. In the morning, we shall have a motocross, a motor rally, and bike competition.
Ogwang, who is stepping in as the MK Movement coordinator for Eastern Uganda, highlights some of the region's expectations ahead of Muhoozi's visit.
Arrow boys, of course, we have those who lost their lives during our struggle. And I want to confirm, General was here, he fought among those boys. So the young people, the Arrow boys who are still alive, who are not integrated in the main force, have still requested that the families of those combatants who died are really suffering. Some of the injured, they might have got that treatment. They are really still suffering. Yesterday I was in Awoja. I met most of those Arrow boys that day. I had gone there, talked to people, but they came out and testified that the Arrow boys' question still lingers among our people here. They need government to come out to support them.
Another regional challenge where Muhoozi's attention is needed is the persistent issue of cattle compensation for those affected by cattle rustlers.
One is the issue of compensation of the cows, which we lost to our grandparents, lost to the Karamojongs. Issue of security, particularly me, who comes from the border. A few uncles of ours continue to pick our cows.
In Soroti City and its outskirts, the anxiety to receive the Fosters General is painted almost everywhere.
I want that vibe from now up to 15.
Baraza hii natoka kwa nani? General Muhoozi, Rugaba, chairman of the MK movement. Tupige mkono. General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, ika advisor ya Muzei kwa special operations. Yeye maanza hii kazi ya kutembea, kuona vitu zetu, kuona namna tunafanya.
Abajua kali bonna mwina kumwaniriza nga mwina n'ebigambo byogera nti we are called Juakali wali ku Abuja Bridge.
General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, upon arrival in Bukedea on Monday, will address the general public in Kachumbara sub-county, hold a similar event in Komi district, and then preside over the climax of the MK Movement Teso sub-region football tournament, before holding a mega baraza on the next day, which is Tuesday 15th, at Soroti Sports Club playgrounds. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
The Treasurer General of the Forum for Democratic Change Party, Geoffrey Kanya, has called upon FDC stakeholders to embrace the recommendations provided by the Elders Report in order to restore the party's former glory. A key proposal within the report is a call for reconciliation to mend the division caused by alleged dirty money.
Even me, I receive support from many people. And I can tell you, for example, a man who has told me that I can publicly talk about the support he has given me. Honorable Matia Kasaja, one time I was campaigning to become the FDC president. He gave me support.
The Member of Parliament for Toro North County, Geoffrey Ikanya, has said the recent disagreements in FDC surrounding the controversial term dirty money can be resolved.
Just like there are disagreement in every church, in every home, in every business, people, you have a right to question. But you question using a system. If you have a disagreement with your dad, your mother, you sit down in a meeting. If your dad and your mother does not satisfy you, you call your uncles in a clan meeting. You don't go to other clans. By going to the media, we have now gone to other clans.
Ekanya participated in discussions with the Elders Committee, which investigated the conflict between Dr. Kiza Besije, the former FDC president, and Nandala Mafabi, the FDC Secretary General, resulting from the alleged financial controversy.
Money we borrowed is the records available, which the party received, and I'm the custodian. By the way, I don't know why even people are talking about Honorable Nandala, Honorable Muriat. I am the custodian.
The question of the actual amount borrowed remains unanswered, especially during the financial strain prior to the 2021 general elections. Despite this, Ekanya emphasized that certain financial sources within the party are not openly disclosed.
The Committee of Elders did not make the slightest attempt to establish the facts. And somewhere they say that Honorable Nandala himself says that he's the one who lent money to the party. They didn't even ask him how much, sir.
When Besije was accused of rape some years ago back, he did not say a word. The lawyers said the man who accused, or the girl who accused him of having been raped is the one to produce evidence.
But some people give you money, they don't want you to mention their names. FDC does not have FDC, NRM, NUP, DP. We do not have a printing press for money.
Former FDC leader General Mugisha Muntu, now heading the Alliance for National Transformation political party, shared insights on financial practices during his FDC tenure, suggesting measures to prevent future disputes arising from funding.
Secretary General would write to whom it may concern later. So this person could take it to that business person or anybody else for that matter. If that person in the future wants to use it for purposes of saying, I am the one who gave, then he could come. So there are times when even that committee would not know who gave the money. But the party would know that this is 20 million, and it would be the one which would, the committee of finance and the management committee would determine how it would be used.
Despite the elders' recommendation for reconciliation to restore FDC's glory, internal divisions persist. Secretary General Nandala Mafabi's recent decision to replace the opposition chief whip sparked controversy.
Honorable Semuji has openly gone against the party president. He's a spokesperson of the party. And when you speak on behalf of the party, now if you speak against the party, whom are you speaking for? So by the way, he sacked himself.
Ekanya, however, urges a truce among FDC leaders, emphasizing the importance of adapting the elders' report recommendations.
So I don't understand these people who want to destroy the party by thinking that they are protecting the party. They are creating anger and pain to the people of Uganda who have hope that FDC will deliver us to victory. Once you accept to participate in a process, you have to abide by the outcome of the process. You get the point? Because those elders were approved with the consent.
Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gutabinji, UBC News.
Definitely, UBC will be updating you on more about that story. Now, government has officially launched the Money Laundering and Terrorism Financing National Risk Assessment 2023 report in Kampala, and the Terrorism Financing Risk Assessment for Non-Profit Organizations sector in Uganda 2023, which are now national reference guidelines for anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing. I had a chance to witness this launch. Debt, mining, virtual asset providers and money value transfer services have been highlighted in this National Risk Assessment report as the sectors with the highest vulnerability in facilitating money laundering and terrorism financing.
Never take anything that does not belong to you, and you think that you will not be found. You will be found. I'm telling you as an old man, I have seen during Amen's time, I saw people who took shops which were not theirs. They have ended with nothing.
This NRA report is an update of the National Money Laundering and Terrorist Financing Risk Assessment that was undertaken in March 2017. It is the country's second risk assessment coordinated by the Financial Intelligence Authority in accordance with the Anti-Money Laundering Act of 2013.
By nature, as many of you would know, organized crime syndicates take advantage of various weaknesses in legislative and institutional frameworks, both at domestic and international level. These criminals take advantage of any failure in unregulated and unsupervised sectors to launder money without the scrutiny of law enforcement agencies.
At this launch, it was underscored that the effort of fighting crime is collaborative and all stakeholders were called upon to join the FIA to undertake this role.
One of the things we are doing is how do we have collective effort from all the players in our ecosystems to support us manage this risk going forward, because I think the biggest risk that is impacting us or the biggest predicate offense that is impacting us as banks with regards to AML is really fraud.
So it is an issue, first of all, understanding your business, understanding the customers you deal with, understanding the products that you venture into and areas of operation to be able to mitigate any loopholes therein.
And we are happy as the NGO sector to always be called upon to participate, to be involved in the whole process, just like the process that came up to this time.
Uganda, like other politically charged countries, fall vulnerable to money laundering and terrorism financing. The launch of these reports shows government's efforts to tame criminal irregularities in Uganda's financial sector. Wadulo Mark Arnold, UBC News, in Kampala.
These days, our homes are no longer just the places we live. It's where we attend meetings, go to class, keep each other safe, and entertain ourselves. To do this smoothly, you need a reliable internet connection. Buy the MTN WakaNet router, which connects up to 32 devices and gets a free 40 GB data bundle at only 149,000 shillings. Or buy the MTN WakaNet MiFi at only 75,000 shillings and enjoy a free 15 GB bundle to stream, study, work, and play on the go. Visit any MTN service center to buy the MTN WakaNet router or MiFi and enjoy the internet that does amazing things.
The land take for development of Tilenga, Kingfisher and East Africa crude oil pipeline projects in Uganda is approximately 6,900 acres with close to 10,000 project-affected persons. The compensation process involves an inclusive and participatory resettlement action plan study that provides for cash payment, physical resettlement and livelihood improvement packages for the affected persons. 90% of all the project-affected persons have been fully compensated. 200 replacement houses have been constructed and handed over.
Ngati Agnes mfanazo aberu ma oto beru kabesendra wanyaru dum agera ot dum top onede podu pio ejuga majigera ot ma eni matinani iye maleng adonga chopo poringo kumacha sente dano wangu moko ola nyao kodole moko machalo dielde moko konyo kodawia school nyekwaya gebeteka somode.
Communities are also engaged in vocational skills, agriculture, financial literacy programs, employment, and contracting opportunities to improve their livelihoods and grow community content. The Petroleum Authority of Uganda, creating lasting value in Uganda's oil journey.
Hello, darling.
Hi, Granny.
What did you do this weekend?
Well, on Friday, I went on a science trip with my classmates to Windy to see the gorillas. Then, we watched the Cup final in London.
Oh.
On Saturday, my friends and I met up to hunt some dragons. Again. Also, I taught the vacuum cleaner and the TV this new dance everyone's doing. They're really getting into it. And on Sunday, I went to bed watching the world from space. And you? Yeah, seriously, Granny.
With Airtel 5G's lightning-fast speeds and seamless connectivity, you won't believe what's next.
Airtel, a reason to imagine.
Are you tired of high fees and slow transfer time when sending money? Airtel Money is here to revolutionize the way you move your money. We have revised our rates Pakaku ground. Sending money from Airtel to other networks in Uganda, East Africa, and to the rest of the world has never been more affordable. Dial *185# and start sending money. Switch to Airtel Money today and experience unbeatable rates and top-notch services for all your local and international money transfer needs. Airtel Money, instant, secure, borderless.
Yes, and that brings us to the end of our UBC News Tonight, this 8 o'clock edition. However, do join us later on at 10 p.m. for a lengthier bulletin. My name is Wadulo Mark Arnold Mugalu Muhammad on Sign Language, and up next is the weekly Business Roundup.